The White House is quietly admitting that the United States has a housing shortage of more than 10 million single-family homes. That right there should alarm every single person here in the United States. This is a crisis that has been brewing, but now we're starting to see it unfold. More people are becoming homeless. People are living in storage sheds, their cars, hotels, even on cruise ships because they can't afford to rent an apartment or to buy a home. Look at this right here. It says, housing shortage is at least 10 million homes, according to the White House. Okay, I want to read a little of this to you. Look at this right here. It says, if home building and the growth of the single-family housing stock had continued at their historical pace instead of falling dramatically after 2008, there would be 10 million or more additional single-family homes today. It says, the government-controlled Freddie Mac in November 2024 said there was 3.4 million housing units short of what we needed based on demand from a growing population. The National Association of Realtors in June 2021 estimated the shortage to be 5.5 million units based on tracking trends over the previous 20 years. Okay. So we are being told we are millions of homes short. But what is the plan? Well, the plan is to build more homes. That's the plan. That's the goal. But the issue is some of these homes that we're building, they're not good. I did a video over on my Snyder Reacts YouTube channel. You can go and check it out. It's called Brand New Homes Are Falling Apart. Americans Are Furious. Go and check that out. I'll link to that down in the description box below. But the reason why I'm pointing this out is because people want to go and get a home. The issue is, how do we build quality homes quickly? Well, that's the problem. Look at this video right here. This is a brand new home that's falling apart.
There's a new home. Let's check it out. Nice uneven transition here over to the patio roof. Oh, exhaust fan. These aren't even attached. Short little screws.
This is a brand new home. A contractor built this brand new home and is now going to try to sell it, but yet it's falling apart. Here's why this is a big deal. First off, when we have a shortage of homes and we have a lot of demand, the problem is more demand and less supply means the prices increase. Here's the other issue, okay? And this is a huge issue. Interest rates are not coming down, and they likely will not come down for some time. As a result, these homes, which are already unaffordable, well, they're even more unaffordable. Look at this right here. This is just out from the other day. It says the average monthly mortgage payment hits a new high, topping $2,000 for the first time ever. It says Realtor.com data shows the average payment rose 44% in roughly 4 years, from $1,390 in early 2021. So we were at $1,390 5 years ago, and now we're sitting at $2,000 for the average monthly mortgage payment. That's insane. Listen to this, though.
Well, now there's a new study finding that more than 75% of homes across the U.S. are unaffordable as the gap between wages and home prices widens.
Wages and home prices continue to widen. Do you know that the federal minimum wage is still $7.25 an hour? In many states, that is still what they are getting paid. $7.25 an hour. The average home price is well over $400,000. And that right there is a huge issue, because the average wage of $7.25 an hour, this has been the wage for the past, 20, 30 years. And the problem with this is that 20 years ago, the average home price was not $400,000 here in the United States. It was much less. So yet the home prices are going up, but wages are staying fairly flat. That's a concern. I want to show you something though, because this right here, according to Redfin, is a huge, huge concern. Look at this. This is the number of home buyers in the market. It's falling to historic lows, okay? In blue, these are the amount of sellers, okay? In red, these are the amount of buyers. This right here, hey, this was incredible. Where look at the amount of buyers in 2020 versus the amount of sellers, okay? There were very limited sellers, a lot of buyers. So guess what happened? Prices went up. Prices got more expensive because there were more buyers than sellers. Well, turn the tables to today. Well, roughly 2 months ago. Look at the amount of sellers. There's about 2 million sellers, and there's about 1.35 million buyers. Okay? There's a lot less buyers today than there were many years ago. So what's going to happen? We're likely going to see prices fall on real estate. But that's where things get interesting. Historically, when we have more sellers than buyers, the prices come down. Well, the problem is we have more than 10 million, we have a shortage of more than 10 million single family homes according to the White House. Guess what happens if we have a shortage? Prices stay the same or they go up. So even though we have more sellers than buyers, some are saying we could see prices pretty much sit because sellers are realizing they don't have the control here. The buyers do. Now sellers are actually pulling their homes off the market because they will not sell. I have a friend that he listed his home several months ago. He listed his home, which I thought the price he listed at was a good price, was very reasonable for the property that you get. Well, he didn't sell it. He went through the winter and there were some issues, and now he's going to try to sell it again, likely for $200,000 to $300,000 less than what he originally listed it for. Here's the issue. Hopefully it sells, but the problem is it may not, because now there's more competition for sellers and there's less buyers. Interest rates also haven't moved. But this is why I'm bringing this to your attention today. We are likely going to see a shift, okay? This is where you are going to be impacted. Mortgage rates are likely going to stay high. Let's say you don't have a mortgage and you rent. Guess what? Your landlord, the person that owns the building, the person that owns the apartment or the complex, they do likely have a mortgage, which means, again, less inventory out there means bidding wars. So you may have an apartment right now, but your landlord could be coming back saying, you know what? I have to charge you more. I'm going to increase it by $500 a month. Let's say you pay $2,500 and they come out and say, you know what? It needs to be $3,000 a month. And if you want to stay there, you got to sign on for an additional year. What are you going to do? It's difficult for people to move. Some people are being pretty much kicked out of their homes because they can't afford it anymore. Rates keep going up. Property values are going up. We are seeing things like property taxes going up. Homeowners insurance going up. This is making costs go up for every single person out there. The issue, though, is for many, they can't afford it. That's the problem. So, why am I bringing this to your attention? The White House says, well, we have a plan. I want to read this to you really quick, though. Okay, look at this. It says President Donald Trump signed 2 executive orders in March in an effort to show action on the issue. One of them is aimed at easing access to mortgage credit and directs the CFPB to tailor mortgage rules to make it easier for smaller banks to facilitate more affordable lending. Whether or not they do that, well, we'll see. The second is designed to ease environmental rules to speed up development and infrastructure projects. So they're going to speed up environmental rules. Okay. The issue, though, when we speed up construction, we normally get a bad product. Normally. Okay? It's not every time, but what we've seen recently is when contractors throw up homes, they usually have issues where the siding isn't on straight. The doors are in crooked. The windows do not fully latch. The pipes are leaking. Okay? Foundation is cracking. The roof is actually falling down and leaking as well. We're seeing a lot of this. Again, go check out that video. It'll be the first link in the description box below, and I show you where new homes are seriously falling apart as we speak. So the fact that we could build homes quicker doesn't mean this is a good solution. It's an option, but it does not make it a good, viable solution. So we'll see what happens. But let me ask you this. How much do you pay per month for your rent or your mortgage? Let me know down in the comment section below. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.